In the world of global geopolitics, there are few standoffs as tense or as closely watched as the one between the United States and Iran. Today, we're taking a close look at the razor's edge on which this entire region is currently balanced. And that brings us to the central question, the one that's being asked in capitals all over the globe. To even begin to answer it, we have to understand the current state of play. You see, this situation has gone way beyond just diplomatic tension. We're now in a phase of active military posturing, a time when every single move is being watched, and any action could have massive consequences. As we speak, United States military forces throughout the Middle East are on an elevated state of alert. And let's be clear, this isn't just some routine drill. It's a direct response to what they see as credible threats, and it's a very clear signal of military readiness. And we're not talking about a small presence here. This is a significant force. We're looking at more than 45,000 American military personnel on the ground, in the air, and at sea, all positioned and prepared across the region. So, how did we even get to this point? To really understand this standoff, you have to dig into the fundamental goals of the two main players on this stage, and you'll see they often clash. And what you see here is that fundamental clash of interests. On one side, you have the United States, focused on keeping vital sea lanes open and pushing back against what it calls regional aggression. On the other side, you have Iran, determined to expand its own influence and protect its sovereignty from any outside pressure. These goals aren't just different. In many ways, they're on a direct collision course. Now, those conflicting goals are backed by two very different military philosophies. The U.S. relies on conventional power. Think massive carrier strike groups and the world's most advanced jets. Iran knows it can't compete head-to-head in that arena, so it's invested heavily in what military experts call asymmetric capabilities. We're talking swarms of small, fast attack boats, anti-ship missiles, and a huge arsenal of ballistic weapons. It's a strategy designed specifically to counter a technologically superior force. So if a conflict were to happen, it would be anything but a simple, straightforward fight. These tensions didn't just flare up overnight. No, this has been a slow burn, a series of actions and reactions that have pushed both sides closer and closer to the brink. Looking back at just the last year is, well, it's pretty revealing. Over the past 12 months, the drumbeat towards conflict has gotten louder and louder. It started with economic pressure, new sanctions. Then it got physical, with a tense naval incident in a crucial waterway. From there, the fight moved into the digital world, with cyber attacks. And then came a major kinetic event, the downing of a drone. Which brings us to where we are today, with forces on high alert. You see, each step has raised the stakes just a little bit more. And this quote you see here really captures the paradox of the whole situation. You'll hear both sides say they don't want a war, but in the very next breath, they'll insist they're absolutely prepared to use military force to protect their national interests. It's an incredibly delicate and dangerous line that they're walking. So why does this standoff in one region matter to the entire world? Well, because the very heart of this tension also happens to be a vital artery for the world's energy supply. This is the Strait of Hormuz. It's a critical choke point for the global economy. A staggering 30% of all the world's seaborne oil passes through this one narrow strip of water. So any disruption here isn't just a regional problem. It's an immediate global economic crisis. And the potential consequences are just stark. A conflict would almost certainly cause a massive shock to the global oil supply. It could very easily spiral into a much wider regional war, dragging in neighboring countries. The human cost would be immense, and the economic fallout, well, it would be unpredictable and felt across the entire globe for years. And so, we're left with this final, urgent question. Can diplomacy and strategic thinking pull everyone back from the brink? Or will one more miscalculation, one more accident, be the spark that finally ignites this tinderbox? Right now, the path forward is dangerously unclear.